Very excited to have our next guest join us here at the Fox Theater in Oakland, California. Eliza and Kurt from Eliza and The Delusionals.
Hello.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Bay Area.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's great.
Kurt, you know, off camera, you and I were just like busy bees.
We were.
You have a lot of responsibilities in this band.
We were apparently so. I just found this out today.
Tour manager, you know, figuring out passes.
I know, there's too much going on. I'm definitely not at all an important person.
I think because everyone else is too scared to talk to people.
Everyone else is too introverted to talk to anyone, so I actually have to step out and say, hey, can we have this pass? And it was given to me. I don't really want to do it, but when you have to do things, you just got to do it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is good because you're still at the DIY type band, right?
Yes.
That's right.
We are. The RV.
Yeah. Do you also drive? Do you also, you know...
We're not at that stage
make
yet.
the itinerary and things?
We have an itinerary. We have a tour Bible, which is pretty cool.
It wasn't made. It wasn't made by Kurt.
It wasn't made by me, no. I'm not the spreadsheet type of man.
How are you feeling, everyone? Feeling good? Hey, this is our first time here, the home of Green Day.
You are in Oakland.
Yeah.
I got to make the reference, home of Green Day.
Yeah.
You know, pop punk legends.
It's so funny. I was just looking at it on the photograph behind you there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's Billy Joe.
How fortuitous they just released their new album.
Yes, so true.
For sure.
Did you grow up a Green Day fan?
I love Green Day. I actually waited when we had this festival back home. It was called Soundwave. It was like the pop punk heavy metal festival that I used to go to when I was a teenager. And I actually waited like 10 hours standing up at the front barrier just so I could see them front row. And he played King for a Day and did like the kazoo solo, and he threw it out and I caught his kazoo.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Still has that kazoo.
Really?
Yeah. Like Billy Joe's kazoo.
True story.
His saliva hits his mouth.
We're waiting to clone him, yeah.
Yeah, so good. He's like one of my favorite like stage presences as well. Like just every time I've seen them, like the way he just like takes charge of the crowd is like no other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pop punk is quite a big part of your musical history.
A little bit.
From what I understand.
Yeah, a little bit. Like I was definitely into like Paramore, Green Day, Blink-182, like that style of like pop punk. I feel like all those bands really evolved from that time as well, which is really cool. So
yeah, like currently.
Yeah, so I say I don't really listen to pop punk now, but like those definitely have like, you know, the offspring as well. I guess you could call that
anything that was on American Pie, the soundtrack, we listened to when we were younger.
Is this the bond that you guys had when you first got together and started to make music?
No.
We actually come from actually Kurt and I pretty similar, but we come from really different backgrounds. Like Ruby is a like a jazz bassist. She like was trained in jazz, and Tex is like all about that country.
Yeah, he's a country boy.
And
so stuff,
and then Kurt and I both love bands like Coldplay.
We actually went to our
like
first concert ever was a Coldplay concert at Suncorp Stadium, and we both went there unknowingly. Like each other were there, and it was just it was like a defining moment of both of our lives where we went, I have to do this now. This is the thing I have to do. So
and the music that you make isn't Coldplay at all.
No,
it's very much taking the influences from,
very much derived from, but definitely doesn't sound like.
A lot of bands from like that time period as well, and like the 90s as well. So yeah.
I mean, obviously the name Delusionals, from what I understand, comes from Asenia. Right, the Blink-182 song.
Yes, it does.
Right, and you know,
sick, you know that.
Yeah.
The self-titled album was one of my favorites. You know, it's been so long, and you know,
if I could, like, I'm so glad that you're actually not allowed to get like tattoos until you're 18 or whatever. Otherwise, I would just have so many Blink-182 like.
Well,
references.
Now you're over 18. How many do you have?
A lot.
Kurt's got a lot. I've got like maybe 10 or 12 like little ones. I do have a band tattoo. I do have Catfish and the Bottlemen's album, the balcony tattoo on my arm right here.
Wow.
Which is kind of embarrassing if I ever meet them.
I can definitely hear those influences kind of wrapped up in a lot of the earlier works like Half Empty Girl and Salt and things. But, you know, obviously Just Exist is making a huge impression here.
Yeah.
Everywhere, I guess.
It's wild.
Right
Thank
now.
you.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
It's a great song. From what I understand, really addresses how you've been dealing with mental health and expectations and, you know, being able to just roll with the punches eventually. And that kind of thing. Was that written during a time where you were going through something difficult? And
definitely. just like a lot of, I guess it was like a really big like point where I needed to make a lot of decisions of like which way my life was going to go, you know what I mean?
Personal life.
Yeah, personal life, yeah. But I just felt like it was really interesting how, you know, I feel like a lot of creative people probably deal with this as well. Like, you know, some of like my favorite ideas that I've done have come from like really awful times in my life. So yeah, it's just like a really interesting balance, you know what I mean, between like being creative and having
finding that pocket where you can pull something out of it.
Yeah, I feel
between
lucky.
falling in.
Yeah, I feel so lucky to be a creative. I'm sure you feel the same, because if I wasn't able to write songs or play guitar, then I don't know how people deal with it. You know what I mean? It's
a weird thing to think
Spend
about.
a lot of hours in their therapist's office.
Yeah,
it's
right?
It's a taste of what's to come, from what I understand, in March.
Yes.
A state of living in an objective reality.
Kurt actually came up with that one.
I was about to say, it's a mouthful, but I'm sure it means something.
Yeah, we were in New York over Christmas time, over December, and we had the artwork done for the EP, and all the songs and track listings and everything was done. The whole thing was complete except for like the title. And we were just laying there and stuff, and we were sort of thinking, it was just quiet, and we thought we just need something to like tie everything together, and that literally just ties that whole
We were kind of throwing around names, and Kurt just said that, and I was like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But wait a second. I mean, that sounds very strange to just throw around. A state of living in an objective...
No,
Yeah.
well, I was laying there like because
We were thinking hard.
if you pick that apart, that's genuinely every song. It's a state of living in an objective reality, like being forced to live in a state where you have no option to be what you're told to be, sort of thing, in a way. So being sort of like brainwashed in a way, and like forced to do things.
Well, congrats on everything.
Thank you.
Looking forward to this album, and
Thank
can't wait
you.
for the show tonight.
Thank you so much. We
Great
can't
to
wait.
meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too.
Thank you for having
Awesome.
us.
Yes, it's Eliza and Kurt from Eliza and the Delusionals. You're watching B-Sides on Air.